Hello. We're gonna go to the Heavensward Alliance raids. This first one is called the Void Ark. The Void Ark. The Shadow of Mhach. Mhach? Mhach? I don't think it's Mhach. I'm pretty sure it's Mhach. Alright, so Alliance raid, okay. Got our duty information, mini-map per usual. We've got one full party, 8 people, and then we got another full party of 8 people, and then another party, full party of 8 people. And since we have 3 of them, that's 24 people. 24 people here, okay. Each full party is given an alliance number or letter. So I'm Alliance B, this one's A, and this one's C. It's random which one you get put into. And yeah, okay. So here we go. You'll notice when somebody uses Peloton, this one's to help like increase speed. It only works on your party, okay, not the other alliance people. Just in case you were wondering about that. Okay, so this first one, we just take all these birds, we bring them together. Watch out for their AoEs. Here in the Alliance raid, we have 3 tanks, 6 healers, and the rest are DPS. So each alliance has 1 tank. And there are certain times where the alliances, so each party needs to like split up. But for these ads, for example, it's fine to just pull them all together. And everyone can use their AoE moves and take it down a little bit faster. For the single bosses, usually you just want like the 1 tank taking care of it, and the other tanks just be on standby. You have the tanks switching around a lot, it can be distracting and possibly wipe the party in some instances. But we'll get to that if it happens. If I get footage of it, I'll show it. I think I've shown it in the previous Alliance raid. Crystal Tower ones, but yeah, okay. So here we got a bunch of ads, alright? There was like a really big one right when we walked in. That one's gonna come back down after we take care of the ads. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, wait, let me show that a little bit then. It's not that important, like you'll see it eventually, but basically like this big thingy, it flies away, and then we take care of these ads. But we're gonna see the big thing, that's gonna be our first like boss. Okay, so now we go down the way. Typically when you run into these alliance raids through Duty Finder, there are gonna be people who know what they're doing, and so you can just follow the group if you're unsure. Okay, so here we go. First boss. So I was gonna take aggro, but then somebody else took it, and I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna stay on the side. I park it on the side here just in case something happens to the tank, so I can move in immediately if they need me to. But also I stand on the side of the boss so I don't get hit with the tank cleave. Okay, also let's see this first. Okay, tank cleave. Okay, there's a move here. Okay, electric swipe. It will go behind the boss. So as soon as you see that, just run out of it. Okay, so the tank is taking some autos, okay. Big AoE, body slam, just get out of that. Okay, move back into position. Front tank cleave. immersion. Okay, looks like there are these blue balls. Man. Okay, they're around, and they will drop into these circle things on the ground. Alright, and there's an electric swipe, so avoid these, the blue balls AoE things, and then also avoid the electric swipe in the back. Also, when this was happening, let's see. Yeah, the boss, okay, that was like some animation thing that did stuff, and it did like a bit of a raid wide. See, everyone took a little bit of damage. It's not too bad, but what's important is you don't stand in these and you don't stand in the electric thingy in the back. Okay, that's a tank thingy. The person moved next to me, that's why it turned. Okay, so this next one, let's see. I did this symbiosis thing a couple times, and it looks like these orbs are kind of going away. Some people have this little water thing. It might be because they were standing in a thing. I'm not perfect, you guys. I don't know everything. But, yeah, and also look at their health. I guess we could try to... Let's see. Go back a little bit. PP, right here. Okay, PP happens to have the blue thing on them. There's... Okay. Okay, PP did not move. So... Let's see, they get hit. They have the blue thing on them. Okay, they didn't get hit with this electric slide thingy. But they're definitely standing in this blue thing. Okay, and they're continuously taking health, taking damage. And it might be because they just stood there. Okay? So, there we go. Now we know that. Let's see. The other person who had the thing, NT. They're right here, right here. Okay, this one, the professional. They got dropsy on them. Okay. Yeah, looks like. No, they're over here. Okay. This is why we call them long guides, okay? You're just gonna get me investigating things and also explaining things and investigating all at the same time. Okay, NT is over here. So let's figure out how they got the dropsy thing. They ran over. Oh yeah, and then they ran to the back. Probably to hit a positional because they're a ninja. And then the dropsy thing landed on them. So that's probably how they got it. And then they move over. And they don't get hit with the electric thing, but as you can see, with the dropsy thing on them, they're not standing on anything else. They're still taking a lot of damage here. And as we saw earlier, the black mage was, PP was definitely just standing over there. PP over here. They just... Not only did it drop on them, they continuously stood in it. See? They continuously stand there. Whereas at this point, NT is moving out, but PP is still standing in it. And so, yeah. So you don't want to stand in that. Looks like you could, you know, die. If you're not careful. If the healers aren't healing you up. Yeah, see, the healer needed to spot heal them. Or they have their own heal thing, so, yeah. Okay, so now we're with the ads. Just take care of the ads per usual. Okay, this person has a green thing. If you did the Crystal Tower series, you'll remember someone had a green thingy, and then when the dragon came down, it like swooped the entire area in that path. So it looks like it could be the same situation here. Oh yeah, the boss is dropping this stuff towards the person who had the green thing. Just slowly going after the person, okay? So you don't want to stand in that area. Okay, now we got this thingy. We got a body slam. Right, so just get out of that area. Okay, electric whirl. Immediately after the body slam, we get this donut AoE. I don't know if it's really a donut, if it's taking the whole stage, but you go inside. Oh yeah, there's a big donut. It's basically stage wide. So go all the way inside to avoid getting hit. Electric swipe, back cleave. Okay, tank is in the front again. Just stay away from the tank. Okay, at this phase change, people get knocked back. People get knocked backwards, but one alliance gets sucked into the middle, and they're trapped in there. Okay, and they take care of this thing in the middle, the hydro core. Everyone else takes care of the ones on the outside. Once you're done being stunned. Apparently when you're inside there, it sounds like this bubbling effect. Someone put a comment in the Alliance chat about it. Okay, once the boss is... Once all of the ads, these things in the hydro core or whatever, is done, then the boss will do the body slam thing again. So make sure you're not inside of that circle AoE. And then I immediately run towards it, just in case it's that donut one, but this one happens to be the explosion, so I'm running towards it and I'm like, oh, never mind, and I back it up, I stop. Okay, electric swipe, the back cleave. I also run towards it because I'm tank, and melee would also be running towards it so they can hit the boss. This is a front tank thingy. Front tank thingy. I'm not sure why the tank was running back and forth a lot, but yeah. Oh yeah, the comment was, I love the bubbly water effect you hear when you're in the middle of that. So they were probably inside, attacking the hydro core. Okay, here we go. On to the next part. Look how eerie this is. It's like a hallway with lightning flickering. Okay, this next section gets kind of messy. Sometimes if you get a really organized party, you'll see that there's like this red goopy stuff on the wall and like this ad flying around. Right. Here. This wall thing is like a worm, and there's like this thing. There's 3 of them. So here's 1, 2, and there's 1 on this wall. If you have an organized party, you know, someone might put way markers down where this is like A, and this is B, and this is C. But other times, you might just get a party where people go this way, and people go this way, and they all meet in the center, and keep all the ads here, and then they go back to take care of the walls. It's a whole thing. So I go this way. As tank, I'm going this way, and also as B, I'm kind of like, maybe we're gonna go to our spots. So I grab these ads, and then I go towards my spot, and then I see everyone's kind of going that way too. They grab these things, and I can see them running this way. So I'm like, alright, yeah, I'm just gonna go to the middle, which would have been my spot if we were doing this in an organized fashion. But in any case, yeah, bring it here, AoE stuff, take care of all of them at the same time. Watch out for the AoEs from these little plant things. These pagan knots. Okay, after we take care of most of the ads, as you can see, this pagan knot is like still doing anything, and it's got this like AoE, so watch out when you're standing too close to it. We get these marbles that pop up. There'll be like 3 of them for each area. They're gonna do a big cleave in front of them, And then also, oh look at this, the pagan vine's doing wallop. So that's probably like it's slapping the ground. Okay, so I was trying to avoid the Morble's bad breath here. Okay. I don't have enough space on my enemy list to show all the Morbles, which is probably why you can't see the bad breath on there, because there's actually 3. But I'm trying to avoid bad breath. But it doesn't look like I did because I ended up getting all these things. And then I also got slapped with this wallop thing because I ran straight into it. Probably. That's likely what happened. Bad breath will give you a bunch of debuffs. And yeah, so I think I must have missed it. I must have not run out fast enough. Because, yeah, you see that? I'm right here, and this is the line. And if you look at this, at the very end of that, it's kind of hard to see because this covers it. But right at when it hits, I must have just gotten clipped by that. And then, even though I was over here, yeah, by then I was hit with all these things. So, I'm paralyzed, I'm silenced, I'm heavy so I can't move much, I'm blinded so my accuracy is low. Here we go. Slow, I don't move as fast. Heavy, I'm nauseous, and I got poison on me. So, there's a lot going on, and it makes it so I got this little thing and it's hard to move. And I can't use any of my skills. So you really don't want to get hit with the Morble's bad breath. This other stuff, like clear out, like that might just do like damage, but this bad breath, that will actually like just debilitate you. And so it's hard for me to just get out of this area. So I get hit again with stuff, but since I already have all these things, it doesn't really stack as much. But yeah, it can get kind of wild. And then as you can see, this vine from the wall does a huge AoE. So you gotta be on your toes, watching out for all of that stuff. This one is okay, see, here's another marble thing. This run was definitely a bit more messy, of the messier ones. But it is what it is. This is what you can expect just on average in these fights. The alliance raids. Just because you have a mix of people who know what they're doing and don't know what they're doing, and so everyone kind of just tries their best to cluster together, and it's hard to maneuver. But again, you know, we made it out. It's not a big deal. I just couldn't do damage or do other stuff for a while, and that's fine. Teamwork. Okay? We run to the next area. Again, if you're lost, you know, just follow everybody. Look at the coffins. Okay, this next fight can get a little tricky. You'll notice there's this thing in the middle, and then this really big thing, and there's this tether on them. One of them repels physical damage, one of them repels magic. So one of the tanks needs to take this big loose one off north and keep it north. And then other people can just stay in the middle, attacking the middle thing. I go with the tank just in case stuff happens. But, okay, so for this thing, there's white breath. Yeah. If you can see the AoE, you definitely want to get out of that. Okay, it'll turn around and, like, do a thingy. Because they're connected together. You can see it. Let's see if I can catch it. Okay, also, whenever a thing says that a place is closed off, sealed off, that means that purple wall at the beginning that you walk through into every like boss fight, it's closed. So if somebody dies and goes back to the start, they can't go back in. Okay. So this thing has a shield now. Okay. And it's magic resistance, which means that if you cast things like a black mage would, or a summoner or a red mage, you can't hit this thing with magic. Similar to that Leviathan fight. And conversely, the other thingy in here, Minsul, the little stick thing, that one will have the physical one. Okay. Okay, now, people will get this green thingy above their head, like a few of them, and there'll be this green circle thing underneath them. You don't want to stand in this. If you stand in it, what happens is you get sticky, you get seized, and you're stuck together with other people and you can't move. And the way that you handle this mechanic is by running, like somebody else, people who can run, okay, go through this stuff. But also, since we're here, you don't want to stand too close because these things can like hit you. It does like auto attacks. But yeah, so you run through. As long as one person runs through the sticky thing, then you will be removed from the other people. Okay, so you see here, this stick. I don't know if it's a stick. It's got this one, which means it's physical damage resistance. As in, okay, like in the Leviathan, like range physical would not do well with this, but magic would be fine. So like the bard probably isn't able to attack this one, but I can attack the other one. Okay, we got a sticky over here, so gotta deal with that. Okay, see, the bard is over here, right? Bard's here, HF. So they were right next to me, right here. But then the shield thing just happened, and so you can see they're targeting this boss now because they can't attack this one. I hope that makes sense. Okay, if you're attacking a thing and it says invulnerable or something like that, or it hits you back, then that is likely this thingy, and then so you just go to the other one. Okay, now we got this green thing in the back here, and so you just gotta cross through the sticky stuff to release people. Okay, back to this thingy. It's doing the thing, and so it's probably just rejuvenating this thing. Probably, I'm not sure, but it's tethered now. When these little crystal thingies show up around this dude, Shockwave Stomp, everybody, even the tank over here, needs to run on the other side of this stick vine thing. I'm so sorry if it's not a stick. Like, I don't know what else to call it. You need to stand on the other side of it. So basically, you'll be clear if, you know, you see through and you can barely see the other thing. This acts like a protection, a wall. Also, you can't attack that other one. And also, okay, see, it's invulnerable. It's got this invulnerability thingy. So you stand back here to save yourself from dying immediately. See? So this person died, and I knew they were the tank because I was over there, and as a tank, I'm always looking out for the other tanks. But also, I look at my party list, and I'm like, oh, the only person who died was the tank. Like, on my screen, I didn't see anyone else die. And so, to me, I'm like, okay, that probably means I need to go up there and take care of that. I don't know if the other tank will, like Alliance A. But since I'm currently targeting this thing, the stick, and I see this red outline on this tank, I'm like, okay, so that tank is taking aggro for this boss. And this other tank was over here, but he just died, and so I'm gonna go over there. Okay, so I'm gonna put my tank stance on. So I've just popped my tank stance, and then I provoke. I use grit, and then I provoke this ad, and I pull it back to where it needs to be, which is up north. It needs to stay further away from the stick thing. Okay, also we got these little ads all over the place. Okay, take care of the ads. But also, look at the ground. The ground is bubbling at some points here. When the ground is bubbling, consider it like gross, like quicksand, and immediately get out of it, or else you're gonna get chomped. See, when it explodes, these things go out and it noms on people. Alright, and so then they're basically stuck. Look at how they're like out. Okay. Now, I mean, it could mean that they're just further away from me, but you get stuck. Okay, see, and then this. Did you see that? Okay. Take a look at how this is, they're dimmed out. It could mean that they're far away from me, but I did see at least one person got nommed on, because there was an explosion here. Okay. There. No, I was right. It was the healer. Okay. The healer, TM, is up here in the air, and they have this like little frill on them because they were chomped up and then they were spat out. Okay. So you don't want to get caught in that goopy stuff. Okay, also we got those green circle things again, so you want to avoid standing in that, or else you're going to get sticky together with people. If you get sticky together, other people need to go across the thing to save you. Okay? Up here in the tank stuff, I'm using just my regular tank things, keeping the boss facing me as much as I can. We got enemies going around. Mucus spray. Okay, I moved to the side for that. I didn't know if it was going to be a cleave or not. Looks like it's a donut AoE. And so, because I moved to the side but I was still in the hitbox, I didn't get hit with that. Okay, for some of them when they're dimmed out, it could just be because they were too far away from me. But definitely sometimes if you're close enough and you see someone dimmed out, it might just be because they're stuck in a different thing. Like because they got eaten. But yeah, okay, I hope that made sense. That was a lot. I don't get this raid series in Alliance raid that much. Most people don't. Because not a lot of people queue for this thing. And so it's understandable that it's chaotic and that you might not get enough practice unless you actively queue for it by yourself. Okay. This fight, let's see. We got this main one and we got these hellhounds. I'm gonna go and grab the middle one. By default, if you see 3 big things, usually one tank will take one, but for some of them you can just keep them all together. And I was trying to pull mine closer to me, but it looks like they went down pretty fast, so I was like, okay, never mind, this is one of those where it doesn't matter, and you can just take them down quickly. You know, watch out for these pepperoni things. See, they were claws. Someone was bleeding. You stand in there, someone was bleeding. But then you leave and you stop bleeding. Okay, so this is the boss of the area. Oh, okay, we got ads on the side doing line AoEs, so you gotta watch out for that. Okay, these coffins are dropping on the sides, and then they turn into other ads, and so we gotta take care of those. I noticed that whoever tank is just taking care of the boss, so then I go around and take aggro for the ads, and I just focus on them. Because you don't, like, it's not worth fighting for aggro to be main tank, really. It's better to just take care of the fight itself, so I default to just taking care of the other stuff. Sometimes you'll get tanks who will just stay on the main boss and just stay there, and then all the other people are taking damage from the ads, and that's unnecessary. Like, that's why we have 3 tanks at least to do different things. Alright, we'll keep going. Almost there, you guys. Alright, you'll notice here that this stage has these little squares. They're little platforms that are a little bit higher than everything else. You also notice all this like green stuff, it can get all over the place, so sometimes you don't want that to touch you, okay? We'll just leave it at that. This thing looks kind of gross, but it's very jiggly. And sometimes you definitely have to look at the jiggle to see for certain mechanics. Okay, anyway, it's doing a move now called Corrosive Bile. Corrosive Bile. You can consider that similar to Bad Breath, where it just like, whoa, a bunch of stuff in the front. So don't stand in front of it. Okay, there we go. We got a lot of stuff here. And it's continuous, so don't run into it. Just wait for it to finish. Okay. And then down to regular business. The tank keeps it facing north. We had an AoE back here to avoid that. There's just gunk that's gonna get dropped down. Okay. Flailing tentacles. This is where it lifts its tentacles, and you can consider this to be, you know, cleaves. So you need to stand in the middle of the tentacles. Sounds weird, but then you won't get slapped. See? This. So you need to stand in the middle between the tentacles. You get a concussion, understandably so, if you get hit with one of those. Idol of Impurity. Okay. We get ads. Looks like there are ads on every cardinal. So we go take care of those. Main tank can just stay in the spot, but it looks like the boss is turning and doing that corrosive bile vomit thing again, and so just don't walk across that. Void Pack, we're gonna get some ads out now, okay? Because we got these void scents now on the platforms. Okay, and we got these ads. Foobar. So we just take care of them on the platform. Okay, watch out for this. Beckon. Oh, he's gonna eat. Beckon is gonna suck it in. So it's probably gonna try to eat this thing. And it looks like it's eating it, and I zoomed into it trying to like destroy it. See, it has this thingy. I forget what that's called, but it's like it's similar to being seduced. Let's see, what is it called? I forgot that this happens. Okay. I didn't catch the name of it. Okay. One more time. Let's see if we can see it. Terror. It's called Terror. Okay, so it gets terrored and it gets eaten. Oh, that screenshot. Wow, it's a whole animation. Okay, so the big boss is eating it, but I happen to be in it too, and so I get eaten and then I get shot out. So that was a little disconcerting. I hadn't had that happen before. So, you know, careful with that. I don't think I took that much damage or anything, but that was just like, whoa. But yeah, so if you're in line with that, you're probably going to get eaten too. And you'll probably, yeah, take a little bit of damage. Okay, see, I couldn't do anything while that was happening. Wait. Okay. SS was also with me. Wait, and also PP looks like they're dying. Let's figure out what's going on here. There's a lot happening. Okay, SS is here too. They get, okay, PP was already dying for some reason. Okay, so SS didn't take that much damage, so I'm fine. Let's figure out why PP was dying. Where is PP? PP is right here. Okay. We gotta figure out, there's a lot happening here, guys, you know? For the DPS in the back. Let's figure, okay, PP is over here. PP is taking damage for some reason. Oh, they got like 2 poisons. And a bleed. Okay, did they stand in the bile? They might have. Because sometimes black mages really don't like to move. Okay, the bile's going out, and I think that's the only thing that can give you poison right now. And so PP might have been over there. Oh yeah, they got another stack. Yeah, PP was over there. And they were getting vomited on. Okay, so that's why you don't want... See, look at how much extra healing they need, because they have the bleed that everybody has. And then they have 2 extra little poison stacks. Poor PP, look at this. Wow. Their health is just going way down. I don't think they get eaten though. I think they're in an okay spot that they don't get eaten, but their health is definitely dwindling. Okay, anyway, after we get shot out, we're still having to deal with more ads on the platforms, okay? So we just continue taking care of that. Watch out again for this, okay? Don't get devoured, or the beacon thing. And it looks like there's a circle AoE here to also avoid that drops like the muck stuff. PP's health is really fucking... They got Mana Ward. I think that's what it's called. Like the self-heal. Okay, this thing, this pestilence, that's the one where you want to stand on the platform, okay? Because all this green groupie stuff is, it hits everybody. Okay? And look, some people are dying. Or did they die because of this? Yeah, it looks like they didn't have that much health. And then this thing happened, and it was just way too much. So you need to be standing on a platform so you don't get hit as much with that stuff. I'm like sitting in it, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, there are these orange balls all around, and they're exploding. Okay. So... Oh, corrosive bile again. Don't be in the front. Get out. Okay, I got hit with it, and yeah, you get poisoned. PP gets hit with it again too. And they're just standing there. They're just look at this, look at this. This is what you can expect from black mages that really care about doing damage, okay? PP is standing here, Corrosive Bile is coming out. It's gonna get everybody in the front here. PP, I try to run out and then I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll stand in it just to see. So I go back a little. I get 1 poison. PP gets 1 poison. They also got 2 bleeds, okay? Watch. Watch. They continue to stand there. HF is back here. Probably got damaged by something else. Okay, but look at PP. They got 3 stacks now. And they're continuing to stand there. And they're casting Fire 4, which means they have to stand still for that. And so they're taking the hits, okay? You're gonna see players like this who just take the hits. And then they die because they have 5 poison stacks on them. That's what the memes are that Black Mage will say healers adjust. And so they would expect the healers to just heal them up for the sake of doing damage. It's fine. I mean, you know, if some people will get upset at that, other people will just find it funny. Where is HF? How did HF take so much damage here? HF is over here. Okay. HF is on the ground, not on a platform. Okay. And yeah. They're not close enough. Yeah, they're not close enough for healing because the healers are... Okay, TM is here. TI was just attacking the boss. So, looks like, yeah, HF was not close enough to get any of the healing. Yeah, see, I got Medica. Most of us got Medica, but HF did not get a Medica because they were out of range. Okay. So, if you're DPS and your gear's not super good, or you're worried about mechanics and staying alive, oh, TI was right here. You want to figure out who your healers are and just stand near them. Hopefully they know the mechanics. If you're the healer and you don't know the mechanics, just stand closer to your co-healer. And if you both don't know the mechanics, then it's fine. Just try to keep everyone alive and kind of close. Hopefully other people will stand close to you. That was a lot. Just review the footage if you need to. Alright. Cutscene. But yeah, that last one. Remember to stand on the platform. Remember to not get vomited on, basically. And take care of ads. Okay, we're at the last fight now, you guys. We can do this. We'll make it through. Sometimes people will not wait for others to watch cutscenes here, but in this run, I typed in the chat, can you wait for cutscenes? I actually just said cutscenes / pray, and people did wait, so that was really nice of them. This is a good group of people to wait for Sprouts to watch cutscenes and stuff. Okay. See? They're all jumping, they're so happy. I do a ready check just to make sure we're good. And here we go. Sickle Strike is gonna be a tank thing. See, it hits the tank in the front. It's kind of hard to tell what the front and back of this boss is, and so I would recommend looking at the hitbox, see where that is facing. Okay, that move was likely like a little raid wide. We had shields, so I'm not sure if it was a raid wide or not, but in any case, nothing too detrimental to our health. Okay, Sickle Strike again, a tank thingy. Oh, maybe it was just a boost, but anyway. Okay, We got this like orb thing or this circle thing, and we also have a stack marker in it. Like, I was running away because I thought the stack marker would move out. But as you can see, everyone just ran into it, and so let's see again. Is it the same person? Yeah, actually, you know what? It does kind of look like the same person. The same person that has a stack marker is attached to this glowing type thing, and so standing together seems to be the way. Okay, and look at all these little noises. So everyone was getting a little bit hit with that. Okay, that one, it looked like a donut. Okay, wow. Abyssal Reaper. Okay, look at the hitbox. I'm inside the hitbox right now. And I don't get hit with this because, yeah, I think it is outside thing. So 3 of them took a vulnerability up. And so TI, TM, and SS. Let's figure out where they are. Yeah, SS is down here. You can't see because of my chat box, but yeah, SS was on the outside. TI was on this side, but it looks like they're just along the hitbox. And oh, okay, a bunch of people. NT, TM. Did PP get it too? No, PP was fine. Okay, yeah, so I think what it could have been was, it seemed like it was a donut AoE. I happened to be on the inside of it, and like a couple of other people were also on the inside, but everyone else was running outside. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So even PP is close enough, so it looks like it's like pretty big, like this. Which is interesting that TM would have gotten it, but PP didn't. Because see, I'm clearly inside the hitbox. TM is also nearby, and PP's there, but neither of us got the vuln stack. But, alright, Sickle Strike, Tank Buster thing, TI. People call this the Pokeball, which means they're disconnecting, so they can't do anything. You're probably just having internet issues. Okay, at this point, we get these ads. Okay. And I'm grabbing one, or I'm trying to, you see this little tether? You want to keep them separate. So I'm trying to grab one. But the other tank is also grabbing both of them. And so I'm trying to grab mine and like go north. Because I'm Alliance B. So A would be here, and then B here, and C here. But because this tank is going that way, I decide, okay, fine, I'll go that way. But then they start running that way, and it's kind of a whole thing. We're just trying to keep them separate, you know? There. As soon as they move far enough, the tether does disappear. See this little thing? Because they have this, and I think that's the one where they do more damage. Let's see. There's so many like buffs and debuffs in this thing, you know? It's kind of hard to determine sometimes. Okay, I couldn't catch that. One more time, and then we'll move on. I'm pretty sure. Dang. One more time. ADHD is latching on here. We're hyper focusing now. Okay, it should be here somewhere. No? But this thing, you know, it's it's pointing upwards, which means that it's a buff for the enemy. And so it's either they do more damage to you or they take less damage from you. But basically having more of that means that it will probably be more difficult to do stuff to them. So it's better to separate them so they don't have that extra buff. Also, wow, look at these people getting damaged by stuff. Let's take a look at that. Having a vuln stack means you're more vulnerable, and the snakes going around doing stuff seems to be hitting people too. Yeah, okay, so you don't want to face it towards people because they do this front swipe. Okay, and it looks like they're... Okay, Serpentine Strike. Okay, I mean, that's probably what's also hitting people. People are getting magic vulnerability up. And then this one is doing stuff. And yeah, looks like people are taking damage. And then everyone has magic vulnerability up. Okay, so you want to keep them separated. So, alright, while we're taking care of that. Yeah, the snakes will give people near them magic vulnerability up. And oh, that little like marker is... I'm reading a thing now. This thing is a vulnerability down. And so it's like the opposite of this. Even though it's pointing up, that means that they're not as vulnerable to attacks. But then also, if you're standing near them, they will give everyone else magic vulnerability up, so you are more likely to get more damage from magic. And then, as you can see, you're more vulnerable to magic, and they happen to do a magic attack. So that's... And then people have this vulnerability stack, so they're taking a lot of damage here, and some people are even dying. And then they do this front strike thing, so tanks need to keep them away from people. Okay, main boss coming out again. We got a raid wide. Okay. And then back to regular business. Front tank cleave thing. The tank's running around a lot. Oh no. Okay, it's fine. You don't really want to tank it like this. Like, you want to pick a spot and just... Okay. Between TU and TC, they're like tank swapping a lot, and then one of them's running around a lot, and it's kind of disorienting. But okay, now we got ads, and I'm just like, I don't want to be part of that, so I just take care of the ads. Okay, the boss did that one like striking move thing. Looks like not too many people got hit with that. Might have been something else. Tank thingy. Okay, this is petrification, a look away mechanic. Okay, if you're just looking at your character down here, you might miss it, but it's also over here. So you gotta look at the boss or look at the cast bar sometimes to see, okay, I gotta look away. More regular tank autos. The boss goes away. Okay, our healer left. Probably they actually disconnected from the game. We got AoEs to dodge. And back to the boss. Use your limit breaks if you've got it. Okay. Wow, that was a whole thing. That was a lot. If you didn't look away at that one look away mechanic, the petrification, you'll get petrified, which means you just turn into stone for a while, and then you can't do anything. And that might be detrimental if there's an AoE that pops up right beneath you and you can't run out. Or you need to dodge something else, you know? So that's why you want to try to do the mechanics if you can. Wow, that was a long one. I know I'm not, like, as knowledgeable on every single little thing, but I hope that was useful and just getting the gist of it so that when you go in it's not as jarring. Thanks for watching. I'll be continuing with the other guide soon. Okay, bye bye.